a driver fit for me, the main thing I'm looking for is to make sure that my miss is not too big. Okay, so I tend to miss it off the toe, so I gotta make sure that my toe miss is not hooking too much and that it doesn't have too low of a spin.
Right.
So I always try to fit after my miss, because when I hit it good, I'm gonna hit it good no matter what, pretty much.
And that's a huge point for anybody. If you can dial in your misses, your good shot's going to be good regardless. So if you can get the misses to do what you want them to do, you're going to play better golf.
Yeah, and I feel like most fitters only fit for the good shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we got to get fitted for the bad shots here. So yeah, it looks like you can adjust this driver a lot. You know more than me.
What's nice is we're going to start in the most neutral position. This is a neutral left to right, neutral up and down. So this will give us a good idea of what he's bringing to the table, and then we can actually make the adjustments from there. So let's go ahead and hit one.
All right, let's go. First thing I notice here is that it sits extremely square. You know, sometimes as a player, I hate to see anything that kind of sits shut because my miss is left.
Right.
Yeah, so I panic if I see the club face being shut at the setup, but this sits extremely square right there. So, all right, let's see what I can do. All right, so pretty good there. I hit that solid, very, very straight flight there. So.
Absolutely. If anything, it had a touch of a turnover on it, so a touch right to left, which ideally you're looking for actually the opposite of that, right?
Exactly, yeah. So I would like something there that kind of, I gotta avoid that left-hand side. So if anything, I would like a little bit more fade bias.
Yep.
Maybe move the center of gravity a little bit more out to the toe, so I avoid that left miss.
So the first thing I do is a really easy tweak with this one is I'm actually going to take this heel weight and I'm going to move it over to a maximum toe weight. So what that's going to do is that's going to help take that left side out of play. And from right here, this is the maximum kind of fade bias setting. So from here, we'll see how the ball flight is and then look at spin rates.
Okay, perfect. All right, it's trying to fade. It's pretty good. If anything, I feel like that flight might be just a little bit too low. Yeah, so like when I miss it off the toe, I gotta make sure I have proper spin or at least a launch up in the air so it doesn't dive too much.
Absolutely. So that's what's great is now we can keep that same left to right bias, but we can actually adjust the spin rate a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because you want to see it go up a little bit more, I'm going to keep this back toe weight and I'm going to move this front one towards the back of the club. So what that's going to do is that's going to increase the launch angle. It's actually going to increase the spin a touch as well. Okay. So both those things should now hit a nice little high cut.
Okay. Beautiful, eh? That launch definitely kicked up a little bit and the ball's moving to the right. So what I really like about that is that sometimes when you move weight on a club head, it changed the feel. But that felt really good and very similar to all the different positions. So
yeah, that's always been one of the drawbacks to the adjustable drivers. They feel adjustable. They don't feel like the fixed weight one.
Exactly.
So with the STG, we've gone through a number of different settings already, but everything it has that nice solid Mizuno feel to it.
Yeah, oh, that felt great. I think that's pretty much where I want to be, because for me it's very important to have that little bit of a higher launch so that I can carry bunkers and so on. Most of the time on the courses that I play, the king is carry. Right?
Absolutely.
We don't really play firm, fast courses ever. If we do, then we can probably move it back if it's really windy one day and you can have a little flatter flight. But most of the time I like to see a high launch and definitely moving a little bit to the right.